Here at the National Autistic Society, we want to spread awareness on autism and help you understand it. We've made this website for a fun way for you to learn about it, including this video, games, and even quizzes, so we hope you stick around. Firstly, you may ask, what is autism? Autism is a lifelong developmental disability that affects how a person communicates, relates with, and relates to other people, and how they experience the world around them. Autism is a lot more common than you think. About 1 in 100 people have autism, so there are about 70,000 people in the UK with it. Chances are you know someone who has autism. Autism is a spectrum condition. All autistic people share certain difficulties, but being autistic will affect them in different ways. Some autistic people have other learning disabilities, such as dyslexia. This involves difficulty reading due to problems identifying speech sounds and learning how they relate to letters and words. Down syndrome, which is a lifelong condition that causes delays in learning and development. They may also experience mental health issues such as anxiety, a feeling of worry, nervousness or unease, and OCD, where a person experiences repetitive thoughts and behaviours that are upsetting to them. They may even have other conditions such as Asperger's syndrome. Asperger's syndrome and conditions alike were originally seen and classified as different disorders, but they now come under the umbrella term of autism. They are often average or above average intelligence and have few problems with speech, but may have difficulties with understanding and processing language. As you can see, the variety of the autistic spectrum and the combination of other disabilities will vary per person. Some will be able to go to university and live normal lives, where others will need a lifetime of support. What is it like to have autism? Every person with autism is different, which makes it hard to understand what it is like. However, there is often common characteristics, such as a love of routine, or having a focused interest in something. Repetitive behaviour means doing and thinking the same thing over and over, which sometimes is for fun and sometimes for anxiety. Difficulties in communicating, meaning some don't even speak. Some children use social cue cards to communicate, which can be in paper or digital form, and can be used to build sentences to communicate. Many people with autism don't look disabled, so many people will feel misunderstood, which is why it's also called an invisible disability. And then there is sensory overload. This is noise, smell, touch, and bright lights can become overwhelming and painful. All these challenges make the world feel really scary and hard to understand, and sometimes leads into physical and emotional meltdowns, which can make the world very, very scary. So next time you're staring at the kid having a meltdown, think what it might be like to have autism. If you want to know more on what it's like to have autism, stay on the homepage and you can experience a 360 experience replicating an overwhelming scenario. How does autism happen? The exact cause of autism is still being investigated. Research into causes suggests that a combination of factors, genetic and environmental, may account for differences in development. Autism is not caused by a person's upbringing, their social circumstances, and is not the fault of the individual with the condition. There is no cure for autism. However, there are a range of strategies and approaches that can help someone learning and in life. And finally, what can you do to help? If you know someone with autism, perhaps it's a relative, a friend, or even your classmates, there are things you can do to make their lives easier. When talking to them, give them time to think and answer the question. Help keep lights low and sound down to avoid sensory overload. Support people who find change difficult. If they're having a meltdown, don't stare at them. It can make them feel even more conscious and can also make the family around them feel conscious too. Understand people get anxious about new places and new faces. Explain to them what's going on. And overall, if someone's having a bad time, give them a smile and help them. Thanks for listening.